Some shocking stories that
If
you'll
you
see only
frequently
here.
rent cars,
More people have come forward to
then
claim
you
they
might
were
wanna listen to
accused,
this,
arrested, and even
especially if you
jailed
rent from
after
Hertz.
Hertz reported cars they had legitimately rented were stolen. Now, some of those customers are speaking exclusively with CBS Mornings. Consumer investigative correspondent Anna Warner continues her reporting on this very troubling story. Anna, good morning to you. Troubling is the word here.
Yeah, good morning, Gail. So a realtor, a cleaning service operator, even a NASA employee, they've all now filed claims against Hertz, saying a simple rental turned into their worst nightmare. And some of those incidents were caught on video.
You rented a car.
It's a stolen vehicle.
That's Carrie Gibbs next to her Hertz pickup truck getting arrested at a California gas station in 2019 after Hertz told police she'd stolen the truck.
All of a sudden, 8 sheriffs came
not.
pulling up with their guns drawn.
Come have a seat on this bumper here.
The truck had been rented for her from Hertz by an insurance company after an accident, but police took her to jail and she was charged with felony car theft. The case was later dismissed, but Gibbs said in court papers she lost her real estate license for a year.
I've been a real estate agent for 18 years, so this is the most frustrating thing ever.
Then there's this NASA employee driving a Hertz SUV. Florida police officers held him at gunpoint. Why? Because 2 days earlier, Hertz had filed a theft report claiming the vehicle NASA had rented for him was stolen. That NASA employee was not charged and was later released. And those are just two of many people who have filed claims.
Never in my life would I imagine that it would be in a situation like this.
Florida banker Manuel Garcia watched as his Hertz rental car was towed away while he was at a restaurant after Hertz reported it stolen, even though he says he'd been leasing the car for months.
And I was astonished, and I said, how can that be?
I'm still in shock. I just don't understand how this even happened.
Carmen Bosco told us she rented a car from a Florida Hertz location in January and returned it in April. But in August, officers in Georgia arrested her for car theft. She spent 40 days in jail, separated from her 3 children, including her 2-month-old baby.
I had to explain to my kids why I was gone for 40 days, and I missed time with my youngest that I'll never get back.
And Stephen Robinson says he never even rented a car from Hertz. But in June, police arrested him for car theft. He spent 2 days in jail and is now being prosecuted on felony charges.
I mean, this was the worst experience ever in my life, and I can't believe it. Hertz. And it was a good slogan I heard, but Hertz really hurts people. Their negligent practices it's terrible.
I mean, I've already not been able to sleep at night over this.
Then there's Regina Mito, who says she rented a Hertz car for 3 days in May to attend a wedding in Houston with her husband, returning it on time. But last week, Hertz sent her this email saying they've now reported the car stolen, meaning she could face charges.
I have a husband, I have kids. It's terrible. Sorry. My doorbell rings and I'm fearful.
They have
that it's the cops coming to get me.
These people's lives.
Hertz would not comment for this story, but as previously said, the vast majority of cases involve renters who were many weeks or even months overdue returning vehicles and who stopped communicating with Hertz well beyond the scheduled due date. Not according to attorney Francis Alexander Malafie, who says since our first story aired, more people have been coming forward.
People think that they're an isolated incident, and they don't realize that this is a systemic issue that's happening across the nation.
Hertz disputes that, saying situations where vehicles are reported to the authorities are very rare. But this South Carolina attorney says
it's all over the 50 United States. These aren't isolated incidents.
Fritz Jekyll filed a similar case in 2019, and at the time asked Hertz whether there were any other lawsuits for false arrests and similar claims. He got back a database containing over 300 claims, going all the way back to 2008 up to 2016.
I was astounded by the number in just 8 years.
We can't see that database or show it here. Hertz has marked it confidential. In other words, secret.
But you're basically saying that there's a pattern of this problem, and yet the public wouldn't know about that.
Not until you're arrested.
Hertz did not answer our questions about that database. The company has previously said it cares deeply about its customers and successfully rents tens of millions of rental vehicles to customers each year. Nate.
Be mindful of the things that
Anna,
you're doing
thank you.
online.
It doesn't really matter how many vehicles you rent a year if there are cases. One case is too many if somebody
Exactly
is
right.
either in fear of being arrested or have to go to jail.
The key phrases in the Hertz statement are the vast majority of these cases, so in other words, some of them legitimate in their eyes, and very rare. Well, when you're doing tens of millions of rentals and billions of dollars in revenue, very rare is still a large number of people, and that's some of them that Anna has been able to find along with her team. That's an astounding story. How can this be happening?
Yeah. I just think I want to know Hertz's definition of isolated incidents, number one. And number two, you rent a car, it would be terrifying. You get out of the car thinking that you're fine and you just see police guns pointed at you. Even when you're trying to explain, I didn't do anything. It's a very terrifying
We would hope that
situation.